good at both locations.
Okay. Good. Civil engineers report.
Okay, LTL has updated the engineer's report for the month of August, distributed to the appropriate township personnel, posted in the back for public review. And there's nothing new on the engineer's report that does not show up as a separate line item on the agenda. So that's really, I can answer any questions you might have, but other than that, that's about it.
I looked at it before the meeting, so I don't have any questions. Okay. Building inspector and zoning report, zoning hearing board.
So for the building and zoning report, 2 permits were processed, 20 inspections occurred, and there are 7 ongoing zoning issues that are summarized in the report, and it appears these are ongoing issues in the township, and many of them are with the courts right now for resolution.
Okay. Planning commission.
We did have a planning commission meeting in July. There was one applicant that was in talking about developing a parcel along the western boundary along a big road. So there was some discussion about the options and zoning relief that might be needed. It was a relatively short meeting.
Okay. Cool. Regional planning commission.
There was no meeting in July.
Okay. Parks and Recreation Board.
Hello, Mike Frederick. The board was reviewing 3 different topics at our last meeting. First is the Eagle Scout projects. One was done by Isaac Miller, an Eagle Scout now. And the second one is Jackson Bertain. And he intends to bury the time capsule in the back of the memorial that stands out by the large flagpole out there. If you recall, during our centennial celebration, we collected information about the events of the day and some contemporary types of paraphernalia and souvenirs and such. And what we'd like to do is bury a time capsule out behind the memorial there. And Mr. Bertain is going to probably approach the road crew to see if we could get an auger hole out there at some point, and then bury it in concrete and put in the minutes then that this should be opened at a 50 or 100-year celebration. I'm sure I won't be around, but it might have a big part. The second is the movie on the mountain that's scheduled for September 18th, 2021. If you recall, 3 townships get together and we put a movie on the big screen. It's a drive-in type thing. We're not sure what COVID's going to do to this now, but as it stands now, it's scheduled for the 18th pending a rain. The board requests that the Board of Supervisors approve our involvement in that, take any necessary insurance issues, named insured, whatever we have to do there, but it's going to be a drive-in movie kind of thing, and that's going to be held there at the spring mount. And then probably the most important thing is to get a slate of things that we'd like to see happen in 2022. Community Day, other park activities, the stomp, those kinds of things. We have to get ready for that. Again, we don't know what COVID's going to do, but I think we'll be able to bring before the board at least what we want to have happen, and then approach you at several meetings. But that's it. So if you would consider making a motion to authorize our involvement in the movie on the mountain, certainly appreciate that.
I'll make a motion to have the Parks and Recreation Board support the movie on the mountain. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Old business. Hendricks Group Developers. Execute professional services agreement. Okay.
This is a agreement that I prepared that Mr. Hendricks requested that the board meet with our professionals to provide input for proposed developments and deposit $5,000 to cover the cost of that, and we're not ready to move forward.
Okay. check clear? All right. Make a motion to authorize the signing of a professional services agreement to allow township professionals to meet and review documents relating to potential development associated with the Hendricks Group Developers. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Ordinance 2021-03, amend Chapter 29-7.p of the Upper Frederick Township Code of Ordinances to increase the purchasing authority of the township manager from $500 to $1,000 for any single article. This was previously discussed. What?
Been advertised for adoption this evening.
Okay. All right. I make a motion to adopt the ordinance as advertised to amend Chapter 29-7.p of the Upper Frederick Township Code of Ordinances to increase the purchasing authority of the township manager from $500 to $1,000 for any single article. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Approve fire police for the following events. Lower Frederick Township Annual Firemen's Association of the State of Pennsylvania Convention and Parade, September 25th. Upper Salford, the Philadelphia Folk Fest, August 21st.
That's been canceled.
That's been canceled. Okay. Upper Salford, Old Goshenhoppen Oyster Picnic, September 11th on Church Road. MGK Bonfire, October 16th at Spring Mountain. Discussed that previously. These events were not included in previous authorizations. So make a motion to approve the use of fire police in Limerick Township and Upper Salford Township for the events requested. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay. New business. Amend March 11th, 2021 minutes.
I think this is the amendment to reflect the fact that you did receive a resignation from the previous supervisor.
Right. Is there any reason why we should not proceed with that? Okay.
How are you going to proceed, modify, amend the March 11
We're
minutes?
just going to note that there was a mistake.
Pardon?
We're going to note there was a mistake in those minutes incorrect.
You're going to open the March minutes
I
and
didn't say that.
well, I'm asking you, what,
You're going to make a note in these minutes.
In these minutes.
That those minutes were incorrect.
Okay.
Didn't follow the table.
so you're updating the current minutes with those?
Whatever you want to say.
Well, you're not going back and modifying the March minutes.
Did I say that?
I'm asking you.
Tell me what we're going
We'll speak up next time.
So should we be saying that we're going to amend the March
to do. No,
11th?
you're noting that the previous minutes were incorrect.
Okay, so we're not amending the March 11th meeting minutes. We're just noting that they were incorrect.
Okay. I make a motion to amend the March 11th.
No.
Just a note that-
Oh, I'm sorry.
Correct.
Never mind. Never mind. I'm going off on a different tangent. Okay. Next item. Budget amendment. Amend the Upper Frederick Township budget to allow the purchase of water meter registers. So the, Tracy, you want to
Yes,
comment on
sure.
that?
So the township does need to buy some additional registers because with the upgrade, some of the old registers are no longer functioning. So we are proposing to purchase 40 registers, and the total cost is $8,000, which works out to be $200 per register. And this money will be taken from the water fund balance to cover this expense.
Okay. Comments? Okay. Motion to approve the Upper Frederick Township budget amendment number 1 to amend the 2021 budget to move $8,000 from the water fund to the general fund for payment of water meter registers. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, security system panic button. Nope.
No, go to number 3. Now you
Number 3,
actually
I'm
have
sorry.
to. yeah.
Approve the
It's
purchase
two
of water
stuff,
meter
yeah.
registers. Okay, I make a motion to authorize the payment of $8,000 to Rio Supply Incorporated for the purchase of 40 water meter registers. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, security system panic button.
So I'll just give you a quick update here on this. So at your meeting last week, We thought we may have to upgrade the entire security system, but Jackie did a little research and learned that it actually was upgraded a couple years ago, the security system overall. So at this point, we just need to purchase new panic buttons for the office. And the total cost for that is $1,825.
Okay. That's with the install and everything, right?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Any comments?
We have a panic button put in the meeting.
Ooh,
Oh, that's a good
idea.
question.
All right, well, I'll have to add one more, so. what did I
Yeah, why
say?
don't you talk to him and then
All right,
we'll come back to that.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that might be a good idea. 2022 budget calendar.
So you have a copy, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I just want you to look over this and think about, you know, thoughts on what the needs to accommodate the township and the residents in the next year and years following.
Oh, that's this.
Okay, well, I need a motion for the budget calendar. You're looking at the
I'm
audit.
sorry, I thought you were looking at it. All right, that's fine. All right. I make a motion to approve the 2022 calendar as presented.
I second.
All in favor? Okay. Lydish Burial Grounds, assistant request.
So this was, there was a small presentation last week about the possibility of providing assistance to maintain these burial grounds. Steve went out and took a look at the property, and Dave is researching what the township would be allowed to do. And I think Steve's ready to give an update on his assessment of the property.
Yeah, I went back out there and I found it, had a Google shot it from aerial, which is kind of tough to find. I had no problem mowing that and trying to help upkeep it, like a 50-50 deal. And there's a piece of history that, you know, we want to try to preserve in this township. And I was out there, so there's no problem. It's just up to you all to make a conclusion if you want to proceed.
But can I add something to that? After discussing this with Steve and Tracy, though, I don't feel that if the association wants to go further and have us maintain their wall and all that, I don't think that would be quite a good idea.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit above and beyond.
Yeah, and then he also mentioned some administrative tasks, which I don't think should be.
I know they're having their meeting coming up.
Yes,
and-
they're going to invite you.
Yes, I think we can maybe get some more information out of them and how they want to proceed.
Okay,
And after talking to them, it's more that they don't want people to know it's there.
oh, that's it, yes,
So how can we help if we can't bring people to
to help, right.
their thing? So we need more from them,
Right.
how they want to go forward.
And that'll give Dave time to
I'll have
research
something to teach
what the
what you
township's
can
allowed.
do on the township.
Trying to get back to it is a little task too. You're gonna have to, you know, allow the farmers to, who can come in from one way or another.
I mean, it's tough when they don't want anybody to know it's there and they don't want new people there. I'm not sure how you help them.
If there's any consideration, I've been flagging those graves over there at that site for the last 10 years.
Right.
And if there's a possibility that the scouts can help out there. and
He
so
had
forth,
real concerns about the scouts doing it.
I talked to him about that. We'd be happy to do it. It's reluctance on his end, so.
When the invite comes, if you'd like,
Be happy to.
okay. Maybe we can all sit down and with their board and try to figure out something.
Okay. So where are we? Because we just got to do some more research on this.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
so no action on that one tonight.
Okay. Bus stop request at Woodland Drive and Becker Road.
Yeah, I was out there, I took pictures, there's no problem. You're just gonna have to clear out, I'm sure there's gonna be an easement agreement, so we're gonna have to follow up on that for the property, but there's no problem. It's something, it's all up to you all.
Dave, do you have any thoughts as far as, you know, should we go back to the person who was here and ask him to contact those property owners at the
Well,
corner?
somebody has to
and
make
see-
contact with property owners to see whether they're willing to grant an easement, and the easement has to be defined, and we would, our agreement would put on record that that's what it's for.
Do you want us to research that more and
Yes.
pursue that? Okay. Okay. Greg?
The house that is next to that area, I just know
Yeah.
she has passed and I guess rents it out, if I'm right.
Someone told me her daughter owns it, so.
Yeah, but she
actually-
doesn't own that piece of property, that it's the
Oh.
owner, if I talk to them correctly, across the street. I don't know if there's a house across the street. I don't know who, I just know that they said that,
That piece isn't owned by that,
No.
the former
no,
employees?
it's owned across the street.
Oh,
they're saying.
okay, all right, we have to look into that.
Okay, yeah. we
So I
can
measured out a right
research
of way,
it.
but in order to make something legit and big enough, we're gonna have to approach all that property.
Okay, okay.
All right, yeah,
So we'll look into that.
look into it, see what we can do. Okay. Updates.
So these are items that are past items that have been on your agenda that are not necessarily needing action tonight, but we didn't want to lose track of them. If you'd like, we can walk through them this evening, or they can just be on your agenda as, you know, placeholders and sort of just updates for you.
On number 7, we did submit a permit.
Yeah, I'm gonna, yes, I'll email it
Pass-
to you.
Yeah, I can pass that on to you.
Yeah,
Right, but that, we didn't get that
No.
to them for tonight. So yeah, so number
I mean-
7, I'll come back to you at your next meeting.
I mean, do we feel like we need to walk through each of these?
Number 5, maybe.
Sure, and if you want, I can just walk through each.
Yeah, just go through
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
fine,
sure.
right.
So the first item is Big Road subdivision. There's an owner interested in rezoning some commercial property to residential. They did submit a sketch plan for some concepts, and we're going to have future communication with them and look into possibilities with that. Item number 2, the municipal authority. It was determined that a municipal authority does exist, and it could be reactivated if deemed necessary. And I think there was discussion that it's a 5-member board, and you may want to consider dropping it down to a 3-member. Scioto Village, there was discussion of a request for a 90-day extension, or there was a request for a 90-day extension sent to the property owner pending as an alternative denial of the application. We did receive a signed waiver extension, so we do have the 90-day extension at this point. So that project will be back on the agenda in the near future.
Okay.
Number 4, this is an ongoing item. There has been, I believe, some stormwater concerns at the property at 1519 Becker Road. So we're keeping this on here. Norm, I don't know if you have any updates on that.
Not on number 4.
Okay. All right, number 5, it has to do with additional stormwater issues at 1036 Perkiomenville Road. Any other
Yes,
updates on that?
yes, I actually
Okay.
did get a chance to, and I saw Mr. Marwell earlier. Is he still here?
he's all the way in the
No,
back.
he's not. But I did get a chance to do a follow-up site visit with Mr. Morwald, and he had actually done some of modifications that we had discussed, did a real good job with it, and my understanding is that has made the issue better as far as the runoff that was coming toward his home. However, there's still an issue with one particular property owner who has roof drains that discharge probably in the neighborhood of like 50 or 75 feet from his property line, and it's a concentrated discharge that's still impacting his property. So really, there's a discussion that, the board needs to consider, do we, pursue that, and to what level? Is it a private property owner issue? Is it something that we should, at the very least, maybe contact that property owner and at least make them aware of the impacts and maybe go from there. So really, that's the board's
Yeah,
Yeah, we can contact them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, our Brookside project is coming up soon. I will have ample opportunity to stop by, to talk to the property owner, knock on the door, introduce myself, explain the situation, and be able to report back next month.
Okay, good.
Number 6, volunteers are needed. We have an open position now on the planning commission, and we also are in need of a zoning hearing board alternate. So if anyone is interested, please contact us at the office. Number 7, amend the fee schedule regarding the fireworks. This is being worked on, and Dave will probably have it next month. Is that?
You have it now.
Oh, we have it now, so we'll have it on the agenda. Okay.
So we can, once I send you that revised special event permit, it has the section in there for the fireworks. If you approve it, we can amend the fee schedule for next month, because we do it in-house. It's a resolution. Okay?
Number 8, the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. We're still waiting for rules to be finalized regarding the allowable use of those funds. All right.
Okay.
Can I add one?
Go ahead, Jackie.
What is the expected date for the paving project or something?
I actually just spoke with the contractor today. They've got their certificate of insurance needs to be updated and finalized before I can issue the notice to proceed. But quite honestly, the critical path for that, because of everything that I've heard on all the other jobs we have out, is contractors getting materials. Pipe, inlets, whatever that might be. I mean, it seems like there's a shortage on everything.
Right.
Now, fortunately, the contractor that was a little bitter, we have a real good relationship with him. He knew we were going to move forward with the project. He already ordered the materials, and he actually already has the materials in. So that's a good thing. So once that's done, we can issue the notice to proceed. It's just simply a matter of him getting started. My gut feeling is he probably starts like shortly after Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
All
right.
And it's a month and a half job, so they'll be finishing up and real good as far as the time frame goes, because hopefully the heat breaks, because right now you try to pave it. It's not.
What do you mean try?
Yeah.
I've been paving all
Well,
the.
I mean, you drive heavy equipment, freshly paved asphalt, you drive down the road, I've got ruts down that road. It can't be done. I think today's heat index is like 102 or 105.
105.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts, so.
All right.
But yes, it is moving along, and actually, thank you, Kate. I got a copy of one of the easement agreements that we needed, so Dave's gonna record those, and we're good to go.
Okay. Good. All right. Anything else? Good. All right. Announcements. Bookmobile, Friday, August 13th, August 27th, 2021, 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. Assisted recycling will be Friday, August 26th.